I perform as a way to communicate something deeper about who I am to the outside world without having to put it into words, without having to say it concretely, and without having to sort of risk myself.
The reason I like being involved in performances, though I don't do performing directly because I'm generally a set designer or costume designer, is I like to tell stories. I think it actually is similar to something you were saying about not being particularly social. That's my way of being able to contribute and communicate the ideas that are in my head somewhere. I just do it a little better with, painting or, three-dimensional objects or, sculptural objects or 2D objects or that way.
Performing is another way of sharing what we do.
Performance lets me stand out in ways that I'm comfortable with and lets me fit in ways that I'm comfortable with.
I think it's important to relate to an audience. I think performance is a way to do that. Otherwise, we're just making our work for ourselves, which is probably fine too, but I want to connect to other people, and for me this is the way. Performance is relatively new for me. Growing up I played trombone, so I was in a band all the time, or in the school band, not really a band. And I performed with that, and then obviously in college you do your solo recitals and that kind of nonsense, but the more I got into composition, the more I became a composer, the less I performed. That discipline kind of separated itself from me, and so now I don't really play any instruments well enough to get up in front of a group and sort of do a set. Instead of being part of just another music group or part of a band. Because then these other ideas can inform what I'm doing, and also it's nice because I get to be the expert. I get to be an expert in music.
As an artist, art is so, it's who I am. It's who the two of you are. It defines us. I think that's why you keep going after it, even though it's so difficult to do. And it also makes you look at the world from a perspective that isn't necessarily explainable. And it lets you sort of find something to just be excited by for no reason, which I think is hugely important to the maintenance of community and the progress of society, because it stimulates us to look for answers and for questions at the same time.